Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. So this is basically the playlist where I discuss some aspects about ethical AI, and I hope that I kind of prod your brains and kind of inspire you to brainstorm further on this. So what is this concept of ethical AI? At a very nutshell, at a high level, you can think that the AI models that we are using, right? That say for example it is the chat GPT based, which is a chat interface for the AI model or the LLM large language model, which is GPT 3.5, the new GPT-4 that is being released, DALI, say for example Dolly, the one that has been released by Databricks. All of these are models. So what we do, we give them inputs. Once the model is trained, so I have a trained model, which is what I consume as a consumer, as an enterprise, or as a personal user, or as a business user. I give it some inputs, it gives me some outputs. Now what is the guarantee that that AI model is ethical? What do I mean by ethical? I mean that what is the guarantee that if I ask it a question, it will not give a biased answer. So say for example, I ask the AI model a question. Say I ask ChatGPT a question like, should I hire more women or men? What is the guarantee that it will not provide me a biased answer saying, no, you should not hire women, they are not good at workplace? Which is a very biased answer, but what is the guarantee it will not give me that answer? Because at the end of the day, that model is trained on data sets. That data set, first of all, we don't know what is the data set, who gave them the data set. The data set themselves could be biased. The annotation on the data sets, meaning the labeling of the data set, has been done by human beings. They could be biased. This is one aspect, right? Just the bias part. Then the transparency part, like how is the model trained, what are the data sources it trains on, will it use my personal data or not, will it not use my personal data, and all of those aspects basically is what we have to figure out, right? Now at a very high level, these are two things. Then obviously there is the privacy part, right? Privacy means when I ask something to ChatGPT, does it use that data to train it? If has it used any personal data that is available to some data brokers to train the model? All of that. So more and more this discipline of ethical AI is being discussed or emerging, which was always there. Ethical use of machine learning, ethical use of good old fashioned AI, which is GoFi. But now we are thinking about this generative AI, because this is touching everybody, right? At the core, every single guy is using it. ChatGPT had 1 million users in just a single week. So it's a huge thing. So that's why most of the big tech companies are coming up with AI principles. So what are some of the principles that whatever AI system they design should follow? So let's talk about the Google AI principles. As you can see, while we are optimistic about the potential of AI, we recognize that advanced technologies can raise important challenges that must be addressed clearly, thoughtfully, and affirmatively. These AI principles describe our commitment to developing technology responsibly and work to establish specific application areas we will not pursue. No matter if there is a business, we will not pursue, because there is a threat to humanity, the threat to society as a whole. What are some of the AI principles? Be socially beneficial. Avoid creating or reinforcing unfair bias. This is what I was talking. Be built and tested for safety. Be accountable to people. Be transparent. Incorporate privacy design principles. Ensure that there is privacy at the center of your design. You do not take people's data without letting them consent to it. Upload high standard of scientific excellence. Be made available for uses that accord with these principles. Applications we will not pursue. So this is a category of application Google has decided as part of its ethical AI principles that it will not pursue. For example, technologies that cause or are likely to cause overall harm, weapons or other technologies whose principal purpose or implementation is to cause or facilitate injury, technologies that gather or use information for surveillance violating internally accepted norms, technology whose purpose contravenes widely accepted principles of international law. As our experience in this space deepens, these principles and this list may evolve. So obviously there are different ways that these principles now have to be implemented, because this is just a set of principles. You need a governance board, AI governance board, AI ethical board, And for example, this is AI governance and operations, which kind of puts forward some set of guidelines, so to speak, on how AI they are reviewing the AI. So as you can see, there is a central team dedicated to ethical reviews of new AI and advanced technologies before the launch. So this is the team that will, okay, check, okay, this is it, and then based on that ensure that this is something they should do. So how intake, analysis, adjustment, decision, how they implement our AI principles. So all of that is basically kind of mentioned here. So again, this is not just what Google is doing. Every single big tech, for example, Microsoft has this responsible AI kind of the approach. We are committed to the advancement of AI driven by ethical principles that put people first. Again, I encourage you to go through it. Amazon also very recently they released a blog called Responsible AI in the Generative Era. I did not yet find a good principle kind of a stuff, but I think they might be catching up, or it is somewhere. So again, I want to just put your focus here, nothing else. This is not something you have to kind of like keep everything, whatever is mentioned in this blog, you have to remember everything. No, not at all. What I wanted to share here is that there is this concept of ethical AI, and we need a set of principles and set of guardrails. Basically, we need a set of principles that will guide how we work. So Google has a set of principles, Amazon will have a set of principles, OpenAI will have a set of principles, Databricks will have a set of principles. Your enterprise, your company, or your business should also have a set of principles. You can borrow from this basic big tech set of principles and then tailor it for your business, but you should have a set of principles that you are then going to share with the wider enterprise, so that everybody knows when they are developing an AI application, they should know, okay, these are the AI principles that I need to follow. That is number one. Even more than that, what we need to do also is have a governance board that kind of ensures that every single AI product, just like you have an infosec board, you have a legal board, you have an independence check, so that nothing bad can happen and you are not opening up your company to liability, or to regulation, or to court cases, or to litigation. Similarly, you need an AI governance board who will kind of check, kind of like a gatekeeper, ensure that, okay, you are saying that you have followed these principles. Have you really followed this principle? Tick, 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 tick. Okay, everything is followed. Good. This is just the start of this playlist, and I am going to release more and more videos on this concept of ethical AI. What are some of the stuff that is happening in the current world? Again, this is just at a high level to brainstorm, help you brainstorm this kind of concepts. Thank you.